Hello everybody, QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I am back today with another episode of Hustle Castle. It seems like it was only just yesterday we had an event, but it is time for another event preview video. I've been given a lot of information today from a variety of different sources, and I want to cover and let you guys know what I have seen, what I've read, and what's going to be coming. I expect it to be coming sometime soon, probably next week. The portal is obviously open, and events often don't open in the middle of the portal, so I'm expecting early next week, but I have no indication on that. So let's just go ahead and jump in and cover everything that I've heard. I do want to say thank you to MLG Titan, Leshy, and Freddy, and others who sent me information. You guys gave me a lot of the information I'll be posting on this video here, so thank you very much for helping out the channel. I very much appreciate that. So let's go ahead and start with this one. I got a couple different let me turn it on real quick. There we go. So I think, let me make sure that I am seeing what you're seeing. There we go. Looks like we're moving there. So, okay. So we have the Great Jurassic Challenge. So it will be a challenge event, more than likely. It sounds like it. From the messages we saw earlier, it sounded like it's going to be an event that everybody enjoys a lot, and the challenge events are one of those. And this is usually an event that gives us a lot of really good stuff. So some people don't like it because you have to pay to get some of the items, but you don't have to pay to get a lot of good items too. So as far as that goes, it makes sense to me. I won't get on that soapbox at the moment, but we'll cover that later. So I believe our guy up here, I believe it's called Tony the Pony. So that's more than likely going to be our new mount, and MLG says he thinks it's going to be. So let's just go ahead and cover all of the items here. I haven't spent a whole lot of time reading this, so I'll be learning about most of this just the same time you guys are. So we're going to have a new artifact called the Horn of Terror. And every once in a while it fires a deadly sound, and the horn sound waves makes a random enemy. Each of the remaining enemy receives damage. And okay, so basically it's going to blast a huge sound and cause damage to a group of people, and the less people that get blasted by the sound, the more damage the people are going to take. And then red, I believe, is going to be what ruined one's going to be. So the fewer fighters, damage will be done. When the horn is activated, enemies can't be healed. So that's the big difference there, I guess. So when the horn is active, you can't heal anybody. That's good. I like that one. I could see that one being a useful artifact to be using. Absolute Predator. So we have two different. That's a Horn of Terror artifacts. We got two different artifacts. That's interesting. It's Absolute Predator. Once in a while, deadly hit. Invokes a fierce dinosaur that runs through the battlefield, stunning enemies. I do like stun. Damage depending on the enemy's health. The lower the health, the higher the damage. A little backwards, no? So better chance of killing somebody, I guess. It instantly kills the enemy if they have less than a certain amount of health. So insta-kill artifact. That's interesting. Okay. And if it's ruined up, we have the higher the damage, it instantly kills the enemy with, probably this is a bigger number, I'm guessing. It says the same word, min health threshold for the same. Fierce dinosaur, healing allies. Ooh, that's different. So this one stuns, and if it's ruined up, runs through the battlefield, healing allies by a certain amount. The lower the allies' health, the more. So we got another healing one. So combine that with the pizza, maybe. I've been running the pizza and a couple others. I still haven't gone through and reevaluated my squad. I think I am far from optimal at the moment, but yeah, I still do okay. Okay, so we got two different artifacts coming in. Nice. So we're gonna have an Ancient Power Axe with a question mark. After the unit deals damage to an enemy with lowest health, if the enemy dies from this, they deal the same amount of damage to the enemy with the next lowest health. That's nice. I like that. Would that be good for our Annihilator? Is that right? Yeah, our tank up front. There are going to be some changes to ancient sets. I will cover that in a little bit too. So big change actually. One of the things that people have been asking for. Hopefully I don't forget to add that in here. Ancient Agility Bow. The primary target's enemy mage attacks the chance. Produces a shot that gains 100% damage bonus from the weapon damage for each living enemy on the... Ooh. Let me read this again. The primary target is the enemy mages. Okay, so attacking mages, not good for me. Attacks with a chance of a multiplier, produces a shot that gains 100% damage bonus from the weapon for each living enemy on the field. Summons a creature. Summoned creatures don't count. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like that could be used. We're getting a lot of good bows here. So I think the game is trying to come up with ways to combat the rapid fire crossbow, which if you don't have it, people are not happy about that. So I think getting some of these good other archer items are going to be making those people happy. All right, so we had ancient wisdom staff. After each attack, the wearer obtains a shield resistant from damage. That doesn't really make sense for a mage. Okay. After each attack, the wearer obtains a shield resistant from damage. Okay, I don't get that one. All right, so we got here, increases the wearer's damage by a certain amount. I guess this is basically if there's a ring rune on, or an amulet rune on, maybe. So increases the wearer's damage by a modifier and dodge. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a mage item. But maybe. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that one, but we'll see. Okay, we got a spear. Boosts the speed of the spear attack when dealing damage. Decreases incoming healing. Okay. I don't like that. For people against me. Ancient Terror Amulet. Ooh, look at this one. They got a bunch of stuff on this one. Okay. The wearer gains strength during the battle. An effect weakens over time. The effect depends on the wearer's class. Okay. So less damage when the effect drops. It doesn't tell us who this is for. Oh, archer. There we go. For an archer. When the effect drops to a certain amount, it enhances the next attack by something for all archers. Nice. You can't dodge this attack. Very nice. I do like that one. That could be useful. Mage's spell power increases. When the effect drops, it resurrects allies. Resurrected allies can't receive damage or be healed for a certain amount of time. I could see that being useful. I'm a fan of this amulet. Hopefully we're going to get this one. Where are we at? Warrior deals more damage when the effect drops to it restores health and provides a shield. Maximum health for all warriors. Okay. Archer increases attack speed. It creates a shield that blocks any damage to allied archers. Okay. And for the mage, this is for ruined here. Every attack, allied mages damage to all enemies. Okay. Warrior enhanced dodge. Alright, that's not very exciting. Okay, ancient treasure ring. Occasionally invokes an angry dinosaur that deals damage to the current target, slows it down, and silences. That's nice. That's a good one. Occasionally invokes an angry dinosaur that deals damage, slows it down, and silences. It also deals damage to the current target and area around it. That's a lot of stuff. So I think there's a lot of these kinds of things on some of the other recent event rings and amulets and gear. So especially when you ruin them up. So that's the part that I'm missing. So these kinds of things that have lots of extra bonus items. And I think those are the setups that people are running that are beating me that shouldn't beat me. So once I get those on, I think I can start dominating even more. So certainly need to do that. All right, this is a lot of stuff here. I did say, I'll see if I have this verbiage, but there's a lot of really good items, a lot of good gear in this event. So again, that's the way the challenge ones usually go. So I think a lot of those are not guaranteed though. You know, if I remember right, the challenge ones are the ones where I don't get everything, and I've only got like one or two of them. But there's still a ton of other really good things. I just might not get the rings and amulets, but you know, you can have a chance to get all the armor and the weapons, for example. So we'll see. They might change up a little bit. All right, wisdom outfit. So restores the wearer's health and health to all nearby allies. That's nice. When activated, has a chance of restoring health to nearby allies and add damage to their next 3 attacks. That is nice. Get that in one of our mages in the back and make our archers doing more damage. That's good. Plus we have some of our mages doing a lot of damage as well. Ancient power plate mail. For each attack on the wearer, the attacking enemy receives physical damage of the wearer's current health and damage. Okay, that's interesting. That seems the same thing. That's nothing different. When the damage dealt by this ability reaches, it restores health. to the near. Okay, when the damage dealt by this ability reaches a certain amount, it restores and heals to where and nearby allies. It also stuns the nearest enemies. Okay, so there's a restore on that one for the plate. Okay, ancient dexterity equipment, archer armor. The wearer obtains a shield. I'm not a huge fan of that. Helps the backstab, obviously. Done by every attack. Increases the wearer's damage until the end of the battle. Stacks up to a certain amount of times. That's nice. Okay. Obtains wears a shield. Every shield obtained increases the wearer's damage by a certain amount. Crit by a certain amount. Dodge by a certain amount. Stacks up to a certain amount of times. Okay, that's nice. That's it. What? We blasted through that at the end. Okay, well that was everything. I blasted through it pretty quickly. Obviously you can slow down and read some things if there's more information that you want. A lot of really good stuff for sure. I can see my game time out in the background, so I'll just leave this out for the time being. A lot of good items, but I don't know if you're going to get everything, and if you do, a lot of these are the really good stuff is going to be based on having runes. And is this a rune event? Great challenge. Maybe I have my events wrong, and this is the rune event. But I didn't say anything here about runes. I forget. Completely forget. The ones with the cards are the runes. I don't think those are called challenges. I know you guys are yelling at me and telling me what it is because I know you know, but drawing a blank on there at the moment. I do know I like the challenge events, just can't remember which one it is. But anyway, a lot of good stuff. And then, based on how you rune them up, they're even, they're good for other ways too. So it'll be interesting to see how this is going to play out. So a lot of good stuff. Let me turn this one off, and then I have another screenshot with a little bit more information here. I'm going to have to do this a little bit weird, so I do apologize. I did get a lot of information coming in this way. It looks like this was how it was pulled directly out of the APKs, which I did forget to mention earlier on. I do apologize for that. For spoiler alert, hopefully you guys were aware of that by this point. But the way this information comes out usually is the APKs, which are basically the game files that get put on Android devices, come out, and people can take that, break them down, and extrapolate some of the information, compare it to the previous APKs and see what changes, and then they can get some of this text out of the files, and they can get some of the images occasionally, and that's how we kind of find out what this is. So it's no guarantee that this is what's going to be in the event. So far it's been fairly accurate. Some of the verbiages are changed, and occasionally something doesn't work or it's not turned on, so it's not always a 1-for-1 guarantee, but it is fairly accurate usually. So that is where this came from. So here it tells you the Great Jurassic Challenge is coming soon. This will be probably that post when you first open the game. The thing takes you to your mail where you get information, and it's this kind of information that gets posted. You'll find unique skins, combat items, a mount for the hero. Again, I think it's Tony the Pony the way it looks. The appearance of the castle and many other rewards. Wait for Grave. It says Grave again. That's interesting. But Grav at the gates of your castle. A new feature has been added, this right here, to the set workshop. And this is one of the things people have been asking for. And it seems like they're really helping out the TR11 people a lot, because they gave us the ability to get more, mithril easier. Because you can do the portal now, and you can get 4 chests of 100 or 150,000 mithril every time. Plus at last event we got a bunch of mithril. So they're making things easier, and now they're allowing us to have... well, there's a couple of things. One, you can now replace your items at a less cost. So the strength of the complete item, replacing a legendary item in an already crafted set item. The strength of the complete item will remain the same. Replacement takes place instantly and requires less mithril and essence than crafting a new complete item. So basically it's going to be a replace. So some of these new weapons that I have are an armor that I want to try. It sounds like I can do a replace. And when you roll something, you get, whatever the odds are. So you get a 40%. It sounds like you can put a new item in there. It'll also be 40%. So it's not going to be better. And you don't have to pay the full, 10 essences plus 600,000 mithril. I don't know what the number's going to be. Maybe it's going to be half. So it's going to be, 5 essence and 300,000 mithril. No idea. So maybe it's gonna be half cost or 40% cost. It's probably gonna be like 75, but still it'll be less. So that'll be highly useful. The slight downside there is they're gonna it's the strength is gonna be exactly the same, but somewhere, I'm not sure. Right here it is, right here. I'll say that in a minute then. So exploratory tip for raiding and glory, I think it's raiding and glory, appeared on the map in the battle end window after attacking another player's castle. explanatory tips for rating and glory. Rating and glory. So basically you're attacking, somebody on your map, and it's going to give you tips for rating. How you can get more, I'm not sure. We'll see. Okay, well, they're changing the end of the battle screen, so that's interesting. And here's the other one I was just talking about. The chance of stat boosting when recrafting a completed item have been increased. So now it sounds like they're going to give you the chance to recraft as well. So if you do a roll and you get really, really bad numbers, you can recraft it. I don't know. I think you can do it now. You can basically break down a legendary item, and you get if you're doing the weapon, you put in 10 essence and 600,000 mithril. I think you get like 2 essences back, so like completely useless. But so you do have a chance to do that and go again. So I don't know if that's exactly what this is, and then you go again. Then so the chances of stat boosting. So it sounds like it's going to be a higher chance of getting a higher item. So if you got a really low roll, you got to pay all the essence and stuff to do that. But it sounds like there's going to be a better, higher chance to get something better. Again, another thing people are complaining about. So it's going to be expensive possibly, but highly useful. Definitely looking forward to that. And this bottom one here, I moved it up. There you go. I think you can see a little bit better. I don't know. I have an idea on this one. So let me just read this really quick. The event stream has been improved. The event stream has been improved. PCs will more closely follow what is happening in the game, more actively speak out loud about your in-game actions. That's interesting, but here's my thought on this one. I'm wondering if this is for emulators like me, when I'm running BlueStacks and Nox, things are slow when I do the battles and refresh screens and all of that seem to be really slow. I was assuming that's my computer, so I don't know. Maybe there's something here that's going to make things a little bit better and smoother. Then I can do some more fighting and do some more dungeons and things like that on the videos. So it's not such a slow setup. I'm not sure if that's what that's saying. It's interesting. The fact that it says PCs will more closely follow what is happening in the game. That is very interesting. So they're obviously fully on board with people playing on emulators. Obviously, the more people playing, the happier they are. So the developers, the game producers. Yeah, that one I'm curious about. I'm really curious about that one. I was thinking about putting that in this video and doing a fight, because I did download the latest APK here. But it doesn't mean this is turned on anyway, because some of these things, right when you get the APK, when you get the update, it's on and going, and some of the things are not. There was a recent APK that was put out for American Dad, and they added something which is very interesting that's not in Hustle Castle yet, where your pets actually make a difference to your setup. And I'm hoping they add that in here in Hustle Castle now. So like I don't think I have 2 pets in American Dad, and it allows me to get an extra 8% on my collection, my producing resources. So instead of getting the 20% bonus, I'm now getting 28% bonus. So again, I'm hoping they add that here in Hustle Castle as well. And then there's also going to be rarity levels for your pets. So the more rare it is, the higher percentage is going to add. So again, another way they're going to help you increase more, get more mithril, if they add that to this game. And people, complain also about food. Sometimes it's just hard, especially during events, to get enough food. So if they would add something like that here as well, food would be coming a lot more often. So again, I didn't read anything about that coming here in this game, in this update. But considering it's out there, I could see that being something that gets added and being highly, highly useful for Hustle Castle. So fingers crossed that's something that's going to be coming soon. Sorry, just smashed the microphone. All right, what else do we have here? Chance for stat boosting, we talked about that. The event stream has been improved. PC, we talked about that. And now we got some, bug fixes and updates to the code. Fighters under the ban of resurrection are now indicated by a glow during combat. That's good, because occasionally you got people down, they're not coming up, and you're wondering why. That'll be good to see. Fix the cooldown of the ability in the talent Astral Practices. It's used to affect not only the mage's weapon. So I guess the mage's weapon will be going. I'm not really doing that one too much anyway, but the effects of the double shot talent has been fixed. Earlier, the second shot was weaker. Okay. I don't have my stat up very high for that one. Fixed the work of the caster artifact ability. The acceleration of the ability's cooldown will no longer affect the set bonuses. Okay. I don't know if I'm running one of those right now. I think I have one though. Several measures have been taken to improve balance in the battle. Details on social networks. I don't know if this is something new or not, but that could be very interesting. What does that mean exactly? Obviously details will be coming, but They were constantly working on getting the arena matchups better and stronger and more consistent. That's changed a few times recently. You know, is there going to be another change there? Is it going to be how things are set up when you go into Gem Bay? Because right now that's, you know, it's harder. It seems like it's not quite as easy as it was. So certainly for me, it's a lot more work, and something changed there for, you know, my competition. So I wonder if that's going to help there. That would be highly useful. So interesting. There can be some good stuff coming there. I'm looking forward to that. The abilities on the magic grimoire have been changed. Now their values are more dependent on the power of the owner's magic. Makes sense. I'm working on getting my grimoire set up going here. Got a long way to go. Grand event. This is what was posted. The grand event in Hustle Castle is coming. The Great Jurassic Challenge awaits you with huge. I think it's like huge amount of armor. I'm going to switch to a different screen here. I don't think you guys can see it, but there was the rest of that information. Get ready for the Great Jurassic Challenge with tons of unique rewards. You can now rebalance the existing items, which we just talked about. I got a sneeze coming. 1 second. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think we're going to wrap it there. So that's everything that I heard. That's everything that I'm aware of. A lot of good stuff coming. I do apologize if my... I know you guys are saying that you can hear vibrations and things going. I'm working on my setup here, so you guys aren't hearing when I touch my keyboard the vibrations. But it sounds like there's still some problems. So let me know. You know, obviously I've been running a keyboard and doing a lot of stuff here. So let me know if you've been hearing the background sounds in this video as well. So yeah, that's everything that I'm aware of as far as the upcoming event goes. And that pet item I was talking about, if you click up here. So here's, you know, as a premium, I'm getting a 20% bonus and everything. And I got an extra section down here that says pets, and it says for me 8%. So, and it shows I get a total of 28% for all of these with premium in that game. So again, I haven't heard anything about it coming to Hustle Castle, but that would be highly, highly useful. And it makes these pets more useful than having them just sitting around here getting in the way and not doing anything. So I got a bunch of them, but you know, what do they do for me? Ooh, look at this. By the way, I crafted my first, illusionist set, but that's all the gear I have, so I can't. You know, I'm running the portal again. I might put a video out. I recorded me running the portal every single weekend. I'm with the idea of me posting it into a video, and I haven't done it yet. So I've gotten from level 81 to 100, and I got a video ready to go. I just need to upload it, and but there's no sounds. It's just the gameplay. So I basically have that going on in the background. So I need to get that out there. If that's something you guys are interested in, let me know. So I never covered. Oh look, look, Reforge. We just talked about that. So this is ready here. Let's see if it's turned on. Let's go to Ashbringer here. Let's go here. So it's going to cost 600,000. Ooh. The selected items, stats, and abilities will be improved and used as the base level. Interesting. Okay. Items reproduction increases the chances of getting the item with enhanced attributes. Interesting. So I can't pick anything here yet, so I don't think that's not turned on. It's just that I don't know what I'm doing, but that's interesting. So that's new. The Reforge coming soon, as we heard. Yeah, that's exciting. Cool. But yeah, so we got these new set items. The Storm and the Illusionist are highly useful. I never really covered them, so maybe we'll cover them on the next video. All right, what else did we talk about? Balancing. We talked about pet thing wasn't even part of this. I think there's nothing else I can look at as far as the update we just read, because it's all specific to the event. Yeah, other than these pets. These pets are annoying, I'm telling you. I know I keep talking about them, but yeah. Oh, I also, another pet. Made some more changes to my hero now, so he's now up a little bit higher. So I maxed out a couple more items. We'll talk about that in another video. All pretty tiny, nothing significant for sure, especially for me. But yeah, let's wrap it there. So this is the Great Jurassic Challenge coming very soon to a game near you. So it sounds like I said, I'm speculating early next week, but we will see sometime soon. So hopefully you found that useful and you enjoyed it. So let's keep our eyes open. Let's be ready to go and get ready to grind the Great Jurassic Challenge very soon. Hope everyone has a great weekend, and I will catch up with you later. This has been QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I will talk to you soon. See ya.